Hello, my name is Lumiel, and welcome to the Bloodborne Lorethrough, where we play through Bloodborne and discuss the lore as the game exposes it to us. So, in the previous episode, we defeated Gehrman, the first hunter, but came face to face with the Moon Presence and died to them so that we could do that in a separate episode, which will be the next episode. In the meantime, what we are doing is tying up some loose ends, picking up a hunter tool that we have not yet gotten, picking up a few weapons from the messenger bath over here, and then checking out the insight bath for other items that we haven't gotten yet. And then I'll show off a couple weapons that we have not seen before, and that should do it. So let's go ahead and get started. Obviously, I look different here. I have equipped the, what is it called? The Beast's Embrace rune, which allows you to assume the form of a ghastly beast. And in that spirit, I wanted to take a look at a new weapon that I picked up in the Chalice dungeons. So in the underground labyrinth, specifically the Ailing Loran underground labyrinth. So this is the Beast Claw. Here's the strong attack. Here's the charged strong attack. And then we'll transform. And now it's a two-handed weapon. And charged. And then converting back is like that. But I have not done it much, but I believe combining this rune, these claws, and then also a beast blood pellet, which I probably went right past. Yeah. And as long as you're attacking, that meter in the middle will recharge and give you, I think it just kind of extends the beast period. So, ripping apart the flesh of one's enemies and being rained upon by their splattering blood invigorates one's sense of beasthood, feeding strength and euphoric feeling alike. So I think it keeps you at this, like, stronger mode as long as you keep attacking. So, that is the beast. You could kind of play through, do a build around that, and I'm not sure what exactly gear, maybe Brador stuff would look good with that. Whoops. Okay. So it's made out of beast hide, so his hand bits are just bloodied, so I don't know if there's anything else that would be... You won't even see your hand, so never mind. Go ahead and do that, and then... Bloodied trousers, perhaps the bone ash, or maybe something we're going to pick up soon would be a good combination for that. Let's see. I think that looks pretty good. It is in tatters, kind of like the rest. So you could do a beast build. In the meantime, we're going to take this off. And then we're going to put on our normal gear, which for us is a combination of Canehurst gear. Alright, and then we will return to our Holy Moonlight Blade. So, here in the Messenger Bath, I wanted to purchase a couple weapons that we haven't picked up before. The first is one that we got because of the badge that we picked up from Gehrman, and I think we already looked at the badge, but just to be sure, It's the old hunter badge. Yeah, we have looked at it. A special privilege for the hunters of the past and should not be dishonored. Should be left in peace unless one is truly prepared to assume the will of those gone before. And that will allow us to buy his weapon, the burial blade, which is right here. And then I want to buy the left-handed weapon. We have taken a look at it, but the Rosmarinus. Okay, so the Rosmarinus we have seen. Let's see. I wanted to show off the Amigdala Arm, the burial blade. Let's see. We've seen most of these, but Rosmarinus and then the Fist of Gradia. Alright, so the Rosmarinus is a sprayer. Kind of like an arcane tool. Not literally like the hunter tools that we use, but... And then we have the Amigdala Arm here with the quick attack being a clubbing, strong attack being a strong swipe, charged attack here. And then as it converts, it extends the arm. So now it's in the extended form where it's more like a whip. And then we have the burial blade, which we just got. Here's the quick attack. The strong. Charge strong. Well, no, that was the kind of like running strong. Charged. And then the conversion. So now in the longer form, here's the quick attacks and the charged strong. And then the strong. And then we have the Fist of Gradia, which it's almost just hard to see, but it's the fist weapon for Gradia, the giant hunter, who was not good with guns. So she would use this, and it's good for stunning enemies. A few other things I wanted to show off. The rifle spear and the Reich... sorry, I need to see it to say it right. The rifle spear and the Ryder Palace. So... this is the... Is that the right one? Alright. So, this is the Ryder Palace, which can fire weapons, and in strong form, that's what it looks like. And then it's just a regular blade, kind of like a thrust, and then a swipe as a strong attack, charged, and then the conversion. Alright, now the rifle spear is like a clunky imitation of that weapon. So we have the quick attack, the strong attack, the charge strong, and then we'll convert. And now we have strong attack and the charge strong. And then I wanted to do a similar comparison. Those two are similar weapons. We have the Chikage and the Rakuyo. The Chikage being the Canehurst weapon. And then the Rakuyo being the version that Maria had made because she did not like their blood powers. So... that's when you change to strong mode, you stab it into yourself, and now it's covered in blood and does blood attacks. And charge strong here. And you notice my health going down when I use it. Alright, then back to the regular mode. You would probably want to combine this with some runes that heal you. But here is Maria's version. So we have the quick attacks, strong attack, charge strong. And then we can convert it, and it does not use the blood magic. And now I want to just equip my normal weapons. So I've been using, of course, the Holy Moonlight Sword and Ludwig's Holy Blade. And then Ludwig's Rifle, and then a Hunter Torch. There we go. And I wanted to look at the Insight Bath now. And I want to talk to the doll to see if she says anything now that we've beat Gehrman. I don't really think so. But the new gear that we have is Maria's, and then in the underground labyrinth, I faced a madman down there. And so I'll just get all of this gear. And then we'll just take a look through here. So one thing I wanted to show off is that as we went along, more materials for the labyrinth have been there, and more upgrade materials, including even a blood rock, which is 60 insight, which is a lot. So you'd probably either only be able to buy one, or you would have to farm insight from fighting bosses in the underground labyrinth. So let's take a look. First we'll see how the gear looks. The Maria stuff should look familiar since we've seen her. So that's Maria's gear. And then as we look at it, among the first hunters, all students of Gehrman was the Lady Hunter Maria. This was her hunter's cap, crafted in Canehurst. Maria is distantly related to the Undead Queen, but had great admiration for Gehrman, unaware of his curious mania. Again, many forms of the mania probably, including the whatever he and Lawrence were up to with the Great Ones, but also when she went to leave and he crafted a doll after her is pretty good indication of mania. So we know a good amount about Lady Maria. She was one of the first hunters. She was Gehrman's student. She was his favorite student. She was from Canehurst, distantly related to the Undead Queen. She did not like the blood magic, if you will, that they used, which is why she had her own weapon crafted. And then the Rakuyo, that is. And they went to the fishing hamlet, and they and Bergenworth found the corpse of Kaz and the effects that it had on the people there, and farmed them for eyes, and picked at their brains, and just devastated the hamlet. Lady Maria, ashamed of what she had done, seemingly left the hunters. She cast her beloved weapon into a well, and she picked a lumen flower from the garden near the Astral Clock Tower and made a grave for Mother Kaz that overlooked the beach, and placed a flower upon it, and then locked away the fishing hamlet and sat vigil in front of it, keeping people from going in there, which sounds like she's protecting them, and she is. but she's also protecting her secret, or was. But I find her to be one of the most lore-rich and well-explained characters in the game. And then, of course, once she quit, due to his mania and his obsession with her, Gehrman crafted a doll. And in the dream, in the real world, the doll is just an abandoned, lifeless doll, and in the dream, the doll came to life. At least once you have insight, you can tell that. And the doll is crafted and I won't say behaves like Lady Maria, but uses the same voice. And so, yeah, that's why Maria is such a favorite character of so many people. I'll take a look at these, but I'm sure they just say same thing. Yep. Alright, so now we want the Madman Gear. If I were doing a arcane build playthrough, I would probably equip this stuff. And I'll go ahead and show you, combine it with the Cause Parasite, for example. And then let's go up here and put on the Lumen, or the Milkwood Rune. Or Milkweed, I keep calling it Milkwood. But here's why I think it's a good mix for that. It's got the tentacles actually on the armor. And then you combine it with this look. And it just all kind of matches, so. But let's take a look at the Madman Gear. Most tomb prospectors, members of the Healing Church, chosen to explore the Old Labyrinth, are unable to withstand the weight of the old knowledge and go mad. This attire is worn by those lost souls. Truth oft resembles madness, inaccessible to the dull of mind. Those who go mad are merely thoughtful souls who failed to reach any conclusions. A little bit like us in this Lorethrough. The appendages draped across them are said to be a kind of protective charm, or at least that is what these lost souls believe with all their hearts. And that's all it says about the gear. So, the last thing I want to do is, first of all, I'll need to go back to my weapon that I want. But we have another hunter tool. And let's just make sure we've looked at all the ones we do have. We've looked at Empty Phantasm Shell, Tiny Tonitrus, and the Old Hunter Bone, which was kind of the start of our lore for Maria. Black Sky Eye. I don't think we've read this one. They were discovered through Bergenworth's contact with the Arcane, but in the end revealed nothing. Deep within the eye lies a vast stretch of dark sky that rumbles with an endless meteor storm. The slight rub of the tiny orb, and the rock will tumble and soar. We've read Augur of Abretus, Call Beyond. Long ago, the Healing Church used phantasms to reach a lofty plane of darkness, but failed to make contact with the outer reaches of the cosmos. The Rite failed to achieve its intended purpose, but instead created a small exploding star, now a powerful part of the choir's arsenal. At times, failure is the mother of invention. Yeah, and so we've read all of that. And so we have one last one to go get, and that is in the Nightmare Frontier. I'm actually going to change my gear because we're going to again be looking at a winter lantern, or facing a winter lantern. And although the Arcane doesn't stop building no matter what we equip, it could maybe slow it down, so giving us more time to attack and more time to heal. Alright. And of course, the choir gear really has about the strongest defense against arcane. Yeah, absolutely, all the way around. The choir gear is the strongest against arcane. Okay, so we have a short trip to make here. And then we'll just drop down here. We don't need to, but I'll go ahead and take care of these things. Could get those. Let's go ahead and try. Bloodstone Shard, hardly worth the effort at this late point in the game. So there will be a winter lantern up in that cave ahead, and that's where we're going. The funny thing is, that is the first place I died in the Nightmare Frontier, and we just never bothered going back because I thought it was a dead end. And had we gone back, we would have discovered this. So as soon as he sees us, we're going to start taking... Huh. I guess I was quick enough to not get the frenzy damage. And here's the messenger gift. So let's just go ahead and we'll use a Bold Hunter's Mark to return to the lantern. I'll show you what this does, and I'll show off the other tools in case, or any that I'm sure I haven't, or any that I'm not sure I've shown off. So this one is the Messenger's Gift, a strange gift from the messengers, inhabitants of the dream who revere the brave hunters. Used to envelop oneself in a black nightmarish mist, then transforms... Used to envelop oneself in black nightmarish mist, then transform into a messenger. Weird sense. The illusion is a parlor trick, and any large movement will break the spell. To preserve the guise, proceed very slowly. So that is kind of the hide in plain sight tool that you find in many FromSoft games. I don't think we've used that. We've used Old Hunter Bone, the Phantasm Shell, Black Sky Eye, Augur of Abretus. I have not personally done the Call Beyond. Or this, actually. Alright, so that's what this does. It hides you like this. Which, if a person's playing online, which is when you'd really want to use this, they would most likely ignore it because they'll probably be at the point that they don't need to collect notes. But you could also use it against newer players, and then when they get near, you attack. Tiny Tonitrus does that. It slams into the ground. Okay. Accursed Brew does that. And then we just have a Call Beyond left. Which, if you're locked onto somebody, those will tend to aim towards the same spot. And it is an extremely powerful attack. Alright, so that is it for our kind of wrap up lore through, just tying up any loose ends. Of course, you could go back and talk to any NPCs if you want. Although I will say, since the last time we talked, it won't change. They will just be slipping further into their mania. And if you are trying to prepare for a new game plus, and you've definitely finished up all the storylines of the NPCs that you want to, it's brutal, but you can go through and kill all of them, and certain ones might drop something worth picking up. So, that is it. And in the next episode, we will take on the Moon Presence and finish with an ending. So, let's go ahead and call it there, and I will catch you next time.